Go to the JSON API folder. So this React server is started. I start that. We have to start both the server. One will be JSON server and another will be React server. So React server is started. You will open one more server under the JSON API. You will open one more CMD under the JSON API. And in the JSON API, you will be writing JSON-server space minus minus watch data.json space minus minus port space 1234. This is to start the JSON server. When you want to start, I will write here. It is JSON-server. JSON-server. Make a note somewhere. Server minus minus watch space file name data.json space minus minus port 1234. This way you can start the JSON server.
Sir,
Tell me, sir.
sir, X iOS is show course, sir. How to download it? X iOS.
Axios used to post the data to backend. Axios used to fetch the data from backend.
Sir, I need code, sir, for that, for executing.
What you
For
want?
next, how to write in command for this download?
What you want to write in command?
How to download X iOS?
Axios. Axios.
Yes.
Axios. npm install Axios. npm space install space Axios. Axios. npm install Axios. Started. Okay. Next, after that, open your local server, localhost 3000 port number. This is the page, the home page, and this is the page, the listing page, right? So your data was saving or not? Data was saving. Save was happening plus list is also happening. Anyone error or no error? Hope your page is working fine. Okay, working done. Let's go ahead and we will see inside the page the data was coming. It was okay. There is no problem at all. Everything is fine. Here, when we enter the data, when we enter the content here, and click on save button, it display the message. Siva saved successfully. And once you go to the register page, you can see Siva is coming here. Come in the list page, book 7, if you go, it will display the list. Whichever the record you have added, it should come into the list. Working, list is happening. Now, how to clear the text box? If I go to the home file and we enter the value here, something, and we click on save user, saying save successfully, text box is not clear. So we can work on the clearing part, how to clear the text box. Clearing the text box is easy only. We can come to our page and After displaying the name here, you have written home. Inside the home, we have listed the data. You have written here two details, xcos.post, xcos.get. Next, after the message, after update message, we can clear the text box. So how to clear the text box? To clear the text box, we have to call the function. Peak_name function. Using the peak_name function, we can clear the name field. Using the peak_email function, we can clear the email field. Using the peak_mobile function, we can clear the mobile field. Using peak_details function, we can clear the details field. Okay. Add this 4 line. This is going to help you to clear the text box. Okay, ready? Now come to the text box below. In the text box, we have to call full name, email ID, mobile number, and details. On change, we have called, we have taken the value. Okay. In the same, we can write value equal to clear that. That is called full name. Come down below. Next, you write on next line. If you want, you can write all properties in the new line. This is also perfect. This will also work. Value equal to email ID. That variable what you have used on the top, you use the variable called email ID, mobile number, and details. Email ID, mobile number, value equal to mobile number, text area, value equal to details. Check now. Very well. Getting clear or not? Xbox. Okay, so hope your data is clearing now, text box. So if now, if you clear here anything, click on save, it's get clear. It's clear, right? Okay. Next we'll come to that list page. From listing page, we will try to delete the record. Come to the list page. Inside the list page, we have to add a delete button that is called hook 7. Hook 7. Go to the hook 7 file. Add one more th. Add one more th. Delete. Add one more th called delete. Add one more th called delete. After that, create a button here. td. Write a button. Delete. Write a button called delete. Which button will appear everywhere? We will add one function here to delete the record from the backend. We'll add a function here to delete the record from the backend. So let's go and call here on click equal to call the function delete user in the delete user dot bind this dot user info dot id this dot user info dot id this comma user info dot id this comma user info dot id. The button we call the function. Which function? Delete user dot bind this comma user info dot id. We are going to write a function called delete user. Inside delete user function, you are passing the ID of every user. You can see every user have one ID. It will throw the error because function is not written still. Function is not written still. User info dot id. Error will come because this function we are not written still. Delete user function. Come to the script part now. We have to write a function called delete user. Const delete user ID alert user ID. Button click, it will give you the alert. Okay, hope done. Delete user. Now error should go. If you click on button, ID will come as alert. Whichever the button we click, that ID will come as alert. See, whichever the button we click, that ID is going to come as a alert. Click on button, see what it says. Getting the ID or not? Getting the ID? Now come. So data is coming from the JSON file. In the JSON file, for every record there is a unique ID. For every record there is a unique ID. Now, if you send this ID to the JSON server will delete the data. So suppose I click on record number 2. We are getting the ID here as a 2 number. This number we have to send to the JSON server. Now JSON server will delete from the backend and it will give you a proper record. So you have to go here and then you copy this URL. You have a URL here written. This URL you copy, and in this URL, in this URL, in this URL, you have to put a slash, and slash if I keep as a 3, if I keep slash 3, it will delete the third number record. Okay, if you keep slash 3, it will delete the third number record. Yeah. We don't have any. Okay, so hope written. Now suppose if you write here user slash 3, so from that user array, which user array that is available under the JSON file, the ID number 3 will get deleted. If I pass here as a 5, from that user array ID number 5 will get deleted. Okay, see properly. Okay, if I pass here 6, user number 6 will get deleted properly. Okay, from the JSON server. So instead of passing that, what we will do here, we will do here plus user ID, plus user ID. So under the user ID, what will come? 0, 1, 2, 3 will come. Now come here and alert the URL. Alert the URL. See what is happening. Alert the URL. See what is happening. Alert the URL. See what is happening. Okay, ready. Next, after that, come to the page and click on button. See, URL is generating dynamically now. Whichever the ID you click, URL will come slash particular ID. URL will come with the slash particular ID. Correct? You can see it's come like this. URL slash particular ID. URL slash particular ID. Coming? ID is coming. Now this URL we have to post to the backend. This URL we have to send to the backend. So the backend JSON server will delete that. So how to send to the backend? We have to call here again Axios dot. Axios we have not imported in this. We need to import the Axios. We need to import the Axios. Import AXIOS from AXIOS. Import Axios from Axios. Import Axios from Axios. Import Axios from Axios. Okay. Now, after importing the Axios, in Axios there is a function called delete. AXIOS Axios dot delete. Under the delete, you have to pass this URL. Now this Axios library will check on this particular URL. Whichever the record will match, that will get deleted. Again, you have to write here dot then function. Under the then function, you can write is a response. Then after that, you can come down below and you can call again this function, get user function, to reload the list. Get user function we can call again for what purpose? To reload the list. To reload the list. To reload the list. Using the delete function, if you send the request from this particular URL, particular record will get deleted. After deleting, if we call again get user, so what will happen is the particular list will get deleted. Okay, ready? Check now. Delete is happening or not? If I delete the record numbers 5, it should get deleted from here. Deleted. If I click on record number 7, it should get deleted from here. So data is getting deleted. From where?
Sir, it's an error.
JSON. It will get
Sir, it shows error.
right. Only after it will come here. This is the code, you can use that code. For delete purpose. If your list was not working, then you can't do anything now. List is working. Yes.
Sir, it shows fully blank. A table is not showing.
Then what to do? Tell me. I have given. Have you set up the JSON server?
Yes, sir, set up. Set up, sir.
JSON server is running.
Yes, sir.
Then
But when I put delete button, then it's not come, sir. When I delete button, it's come, sir. When I remove delete button, it's come, sir.
without delete button list is coming.
Yes, sir.
That meaning you have not written this function. Write this function I have sent in the chat. Replace the function.
Yes, sir. But still it's not working.
You are logging in the laptop or desktop.
Laptop, sir.
I made you host to share your screen. Click on share button quickly.
Sir, it's not able to screen share. Host is disabled to participate.
You are the host now.
No, sir. I am using both two devices on mobile and laptop, sir.
Literally, you are something what to say. Yeah? I asked where you are logging. You said in the laptop. I made you host. Now you are saying you are using the hotspot. Huh?
No, sir. Other students and both name is other students. So,
From tomorrow, once you log in, no. If you are logging in two device, write their laptop and desktop. Okay.
okay, sir. Okay, sir.
And attend regular class. Now check. Are you able to share the screen? Show me your browser. Go to browser. Which is that page? You said without delete button it is working. Delete the delete button and show me. Remove delete button, then show me where it is working. Now show me where you have written the delete button. Function, where is the delete function? No, delete that, yes. Where is the delete function? Delete user ID. Now come down. Put your code, delete code. Where is the delete code? On click equal to what you have written. Delete that line again, write again manually. Delete all, yeah. Delete entire button. Right here. On click equal to delete user dot bind, bind, bind. Inside that, pass this comma, user info dot id, this comma, user info dot id. Now come up, show me the function once.
Sir, delete spelling mistake.
delete, delete user. Remove that space. See now it's deleting, no? Leave, come to the browser once. Okay, go next.
Sir, one doubt, sir. Sir, when we try to delete any particular specific user data, let's say randomly choosing fourth user ID, which is having a 4 or 3, when we try to delete that and below one will not be upgraded to that same user ID, sir.
User ID is unique for all.
So when we delete that fourth one, the bottom one will be same as that of fifth only. It will not be showing 4 again, right, sir?
Bottom one will be, I will show you here.
Yes, sir.
I have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See here.
Yes, sir.
Anyone is missing here or not? 5 is missing.
Yes, sir. 7 and 5.
If I delete 4, 4 will go. Remaining is here. What you want? You want to keep this one 0, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I just asked whether they will get updated or not.
No, this is coming from the JSON server. It will not change.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Come next. Data is getting deleted. You are saving from this file and data is coming under which file? 7 file. Okay. So this entire source is where? Entire source is here. Entire source is here. Entire source is here under the JSON API folder. And the data folder name, file name is called data.json. You can see your records are organized here. So I have in the browser how many are printing? 1, 2, 3, 6, and 8. You can look here. 1, 2, 3, 6, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 6, and 8. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Next is the 6. Another one is called 8. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 6, and 8. So this is the sequence. Suppose I will go here and I will try to delete the third one. If I delete the third one, then again if I'll go to my file, it will say, are you sure you want to update? Yes. So third will get removed from here. Can you see? So this is storing. It is completely file system. Your data is going and storing under the file. Your data is going and storing under the your data is going and storing under the file system. This can store today and you can access in the future anytime. Okay, so hope ready till here. Now come to the again your this one project and go to the terminal. You have new terminal, click on that. VS Code, go to the terminal and click on new terminal. VS Code, go to the terminal and click on new terminal. VS Code, go to the terminal and click on new terminal. Under the new terminal, you will write npm install bootstrap. We have not installed before, right? npm install bootstrap. We can now link with the bootstrap also. Write in your project folder npm install bootstrap. Okay, ready?
Yes, sir.
1 minute, installation is happening for me. Okay, hope installation is completed or going on. Completed. Okay. So let's go ahead to your index.js file. What you have installed just now, it will create a folder in your project folder. In project folder, node modules you have. Under the node modules, it will create a folder called bootstrap. You can see under the node modules, it will create a folder called bootstrap. BOOT bootstrap. Can you find this folder? Bootstrap. Bootstrap folder is the folder where after downloading it has come. Go under the bootstrap, you will find dist folder. Under the dist there is a CSS folder. Under the CSS you will have bootstrap.css, bootstrap.main.css and many more files are there. In that we need bootstrap.css file. Okay. So this is the path. Hope you can see that. Once you run the npm install, what will happen? It will create a folder. Where it will create the folder? Under the node modules. It will create a folder under the node modules. Axios you have installed. Axios we have installed. Remember yesterday. You can see there is a folder called Axios. Under Axios also there is many files are there. Lib, test, and many more are there. From this library is getting called Axios from Axios. This library is getting called. What is that inside? Let me check once. We can copy paste. Entire node modules you can copy paste. Entire folder you can copy paste, no problem, okay? And you can change the content of SRC folder. You can keep app and index and delete remaining all. Okay, what files you created? You remember? Here by default was app was there and index was there. Some file was there. What we created? Blog, book, header, home, left nav, product, user. These all are our files only, no? These all are the our files. So this file we created, and we, if you want, you can delete that and copy entire as a different project. It will become a second project. Okay, so come to the app.index.js file. Under the index.js file, you have to import that CSS file. After index.css, you can write here import in single quote bootstrap slash dist slash css slash bootstrap dot css dist css bootstrap dot css bootstrap dist css bootstrap dot css. This way you can link the bootstrap file. Okay. Imported bootstrap.css file. Now, if we go to the listing page, reload your page, some loop of the bootstrap should come here. See, button got changed. We can apply your bootstrap classes. It will look perfect. Okay, looking proper. Come next. Reflecting or not, button got changed. Look up the button. Earlier it was different, now it's becoming a different. If you go to the home file, the text box look should get changed. We have to add the more CSS, then bootstrap classes, then it will look better. Come to the hook 7 file in the listing page. Hook 7 file, the listing page we have. There, table you have created, right? Table we have created. For table you have given cell padding. Cell padding we have given, remove cell padding and apply the class here. Class name. You can write it a class name equal to What will write the class name? Table. Table hyphen BORDERED. Table border. So it will become complete in the loop of bootstrap. Table will get the look of bootstrap. So hopefully the look got changed. Table look got changed. See the table look is changed completely. This button we have written, we can apply the bootstrap class. So button will look more better. Come down, the button we have written. Inside the button you can apply the class. Class name equal to btn. btn hyphen danger. btn hyphen sm. btn danger, btn hyphen sm. So large button, a small button will come in red color. A small button will come in red color. Button is coming the red color. Yes, got changed. Then this you can keep in the center. How to bring in center? We have a class called text center. You can use that. For button that for table there is a class called shadow. You can use that. Okay, for H3 you can write the class text center. Class name equal to text hyphen center. Okay. It's come in the center. Table got some shadow also. This is looking better now. Other pages also got look better only. Okay. Now this, the form what we have designed, we can keep inside a division. We can keep in center. It will look better. So come to the home page. In home page, we have used the container, no problem. Inside the container, Directly we have followed the paragraph, right? Paragraph, let it be no problem. Okay. Inside container, open a division. Inside container, open a division, write class name, row. This row don't close here. Okay. Write one more class name equal to call hyphen lg hyphen 4 offset hyphen 4. So it will leave 4 in the left and it will leave 4 in the right. Even we will not close here this 4. This both the division we will close at end of the page. Okay, ready? Now come down, end of the page. 2 more division you have to close. 2 more division you have to close. DIV and DIV. Then you will see this will come in the middle. Okay, so let's go ahead. Check once, it should come in the middle, but going here, there, no problem. We have a solution. For all the paragraph, we have to write class equal to, for all the paragraph, we have to write class name equal to MB3, margin bottom 16 pixel, margin bottom 16 pixel, right? For all the paragraph, MB3, margin bottom 16 pixel. Okay. Still going here, there. Yes, no problem. For all the text boxes, we can call the class form control. Class name equal to form hyphen control. For all the text boxes, Okay, form control class. If you apply everywhere, form control, you can add the class name everywhere. So text box will look better now. Text box is looking better. Now change the button here. The button you have apply a class. Class name btn hyphen ranger btn hyphen lg. Large button will come in primary blue color. btn primary btn lg. Large will come, button will come in the large in blue color. Ready? Now if we add the data here, you are good. Save it. So data got stored under the this file. Books have got applied. Books have got applied plus the data is also coming under the listing page easily. Hope yes for all. Next, after this, again come to this file. Whichever the data we are adding, the last is coming in the last. The recent is coming in the last. The recent record is coming in the last. Recent record should come in the top. Now suppose I have added the Ajit just now. It should come on the top. Descending order. So go to the 7 component. In the component number 7, you have written a function called getUser. Find out the function called getUser. Find out the function called getUser. Okay, the font the function get user. Under the get user, you have a function called update user. In update user, you can write here user array dot reverse 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 is a function. User array dot reverse. So whichever the user will come from the backend list of the user, it will display here in reverse order, descending order. It will display in descending order. It will display in descending order. Okay, you check now. See, reverse is coming. Last record is coming on the top. If you add a new record, go and add the new user. Ali, ali@gmail.com. Some number we can add here. Ali is good. Save now. This is Ali saved successfully. If you go to the 7th number page, Ali should come on the top. That is called last descending order. The newly added record will appear on the top, descending order. Okay, hope ready. So we can leave here today. Okay. So better you need to practice something. You have to create another JSON server, or let's come to the file. I will guide you. Open your data.json file. Open your data.json file. Data.json file you open. In that one user we have one array. One user we have one array. Come in the last where the square bracket is getting closed, comma, keep one more user. One user was here, that user is ended. User ended here. Now comma after square bracket, right here call books. Books. Square bracket. Follow this. Square bracket, follow this. There. You have opened the same file two places. This file is not required. Delete this file. Data.json file. That created automatically will leave that. You need to focus on data.json file. Maybe something in your system that I don't know. It's got created automatically. Our file is data.json. Come into the data.json file, go in the last, add one more array here, and inside this, you add one more flower bracket and keep inside ID, start from 1, name, Java, price 300, quantity 10. This is another array. This is another array. Add quickly after flower bracket, square bracket, comma, add one more array. Okay, hope ready. Now after that, see inside the component number 7, you are reading the data from which array? User array from the same file. You are reading the data from user array from the same file. Same file. Instead of user, here, look at here. Inside the component, what you are calling? Slash user you are calling. Instead of user, if you call the book, instead of user, if you call the book, it will give the book list. Books. Let me convert into book only. Book. If you call the book, it will give the list of books. Okay. So what is the homework? Homework is, hope all are listening properly. Interview without this knowledge you can't clear. People who work in the market, they work on this thing only. So now what you have to do? Till component number 7 we have reached. We have to create one more component. Component number 8. In component number 8, hook 8, you have to read the data from this URL. Which URL? Book URL. Localhost :1234/book. If you give, it will give the book list. You have to read the data from here and display inside the page. In component number 8, you have to create one more component, component number 9. There, how we have designed the home page here, the form we have designed. Similar way, you need to design a form and you need to fill the data called name, price, and quantity. Once you click on save button, it will come to the JSON file. Exact same you need to do as what is happening for user. In user, we are able to save, we are able to list, we are able to delete. Same way you have to do for the book also. That is the homework. You need to spend the time and do that.